with Coach Suchetaa. In our relationships, there are so many concerns, so many things happen, and we don't get to know what to do next. So today we are going to have a word with Coach Suchetaa and find her perspective that how does relationship works. So hi Suchetaa, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, Kanchan. Thanks for having this conversation.
Thank you so much, Suchetaa. So Suchetaa, before we talk about the relationships, before we get to know about what is your perspective in terms of relationship, I have a little, curiosity to get to know that what made you follow this. So you have been in the industry for, I would say, more than 15 years, and you have been dealing with a lot of people, relationships, divorces, and I would say premarital counseling as well. So I want to know what motivated you to come within this market, and what made you look only for the relationship perspective, not for any other thing.
Yeah. About 15 years back, I attended few programs, which was more about life and life transformation. And what I saw that the kind of difference a conversation can make to a person in that one program, how we saw that people are getting so much value in that one program or one session, that it really looked something that need of an hour, and people need that kind of service. And it was a very unique introduction to the whole life transformation for me. And we have never seen something like that so being easily available to people, and people were not even aware. Like I was in the working and have been abroad, and plus have been working with corporates and coming from premium institute, but I myself was not exposed to something like that. So that's one something which really called me into this. And then over the years, I saw how in every aspect of life, in every area of life, relationship plays a major role. If one knows how to create great relationship with the other human being, they can experience fulfillment and success in any field. So that's something that felt like my calling, and that's how I got into this.
That's really nice, Sucheta. But when it comes to relationship, do you think that people come up most of the time, people come up with their own perspectives? People would come up that, okay, I know how to handle my relationship. Nobody could ever tell me because they say that, okay, I know the person more, I know the journey more. Then whenever the people come up to you and then they come up that, okay, Sucheta, we are having a problem, we have this, then how do you generally deal with it? What is your perspective about marriage? What do you think? Is it always 50-50? I have seen a lot of interviews on social media as well. People would come and then they say, marriage is always 50-50, marriage is always 70-30 maybe. Then what is your perspective? What really marriage is?
So for me, it's like you are right that every person knows their partner and themselves better. They know what works for them. So as coaches, we are not supposed to tell them what to do. They have to figure out their ways. But as coaches, our job is to make them aware or bring their consciousness towards those areas which they are failing to see. Most of the time we get very stuck with each one of us. It's not individual, it's everybody. We get stuck with very that little list, that checklist we have, that this is what I want, and then I fail to see there is a plethora of feelings, emotions, contributions that the other person is bringing in. We get so stuck to that little list that we miss out on life. So our as coaches, we are just bringing their awareness towards look at the 360 view of the relationship, and then do what works for you and your partner. And when you come to 50-50, it is in a way 50-50, but your 50% should be your 100%. So it's like when we say you come 50%, I come 50%, even if I do my 50% with full conviction, I have only control over 50% of the relation. And
Right.
then we are always feeling frustrated. I did my part, but I'm still not living the kind of life that I want to live. So it would be, what we believe in is that every individual, if they take 100% of what they want in the relationship, creating that 100%, then their relationship will be always 100 plus. So you get to live the kind of life you want to live. Let's say there are two people. If the husband wants something else and the wife wants something else. Now, what wife wants, if she creates 100% of that, and what husband wants, he creates 100% of that, They both get to live two different aspects of relationship 100%. And there is no dependency on the other person. And that's how life can be really beautiful. We can end up experiencing something that I never thought of.
I agree. But people, don't you think people come up with their perspective? People have their own ways. Then how do you make people believe in your thought process? Because everybody is coming up from the, certain sort of thought process that, okay, I will go in this. And is it generally works? Does it works
Yeah, of
in
course, it
that
is
way?
working for years. That's how we are in the industry, and that's how we are working for 15 years. Yes, it's initially, I think the people, one is that I am very privileged to meet those people who reach out to us. Because
Hmm.
these are the people who are really seeking at changing themselves or working on their relationships. So it's not so much only about the coaches, it's also about the kind of people who reach out to us. So I would definitely give them a huge credit because these are the people who really want to do something about their relationship and not just sulk. And then it's all about when they try everything under their control, everything what they think of, and still things are not working, that's when they come to us. So they are also way more open to listening to what we have to say. And we are not here that you have to do this, but we are more of bringing awareness. Say, have you thought about this? What about this aspect? What about that aspect? So when we bring about different aspects, people are thinking. So our job as coaches is to make them think about even those areas where they are not thinking. And when they think everything, they figure out their ways. And only
Right.
they figure out their ways, they can sustain this change. See, today they are coming for a counseling, they're going to a counselor. For 2 months, the counselor is there, relationship is going fine. But most of the people say that once the counseling is over, within 2 months, we are back to normal. So, for creating a new normal, they have to think there has to be a lifestyle change, there has to be a thought process change. And that's what we are facilitating. We are helping them create a different thought process that works for them.
Right. In most of the pictures it happens, people would say that people are not very comfortable in terms of taking help. We come up from the society, specifically in India. Now it's changing, the world is changing, but there are majority of people who think that if I would go for any sort of marriage counseling, if I would go for any sort of marriage coaching, there will be the times where they will take it on them that maybe we have failed as a person, maybe we have failed as a relationship, and people generally don't come out. If I would say, in the industry, there are very, very, very less people who are just coming up and accepting that fact. So how people can reach out and how people can break the cycle of that stereotype that okay, it's okay to take help, because generally for the coaching, generally for any sort of counseling, people would say no, I think so society will judge me, and there is
Yeah,
still a stigma around it.
yeah.
Then how we can break that stigma as well?
So one is that somebody who is not ready to take help does not need help right now. So
Okay.
first we have to accept that. So let's say in anybody's life, if one of them is ready, if the husband is ready or wife is ready, whosoever is ready, that person is ready for coaching or counseling. The person who thinks that it's not so much important, how can somebody else tell me how to make a change, or I know it better, and they don't need help, and it's okay. So the one who is ready, they can come forward, they can start talking. That's where I'm saying you take 100% responsibility of your part of the story. And then when they see there's a significant change, the way relationship is appearing now, how we are communicating is way better, then people show up. Like most of our cases, I will say that 60% of the clients that come to us is one of the partners will come. And then when they start working with us, over the time, their partners join hands with us. They come forward and they say that I want to talk to the coach because I know my partner has been speaking for some time. So it's all about when I change, the world around me starts changing. So let's not fix people. We are not here to fix people. We are here to make them aware what they are failing to see. And let us do that with the person who is ready. So if one is ready, we can work with that person. So
Okay,
we have
which means with yeah.
to stop judging the person who's not ready. It's absolutely okay. And actually, even if they don't come to us, they will figure out their ways. It's just that the time taken to bring to that realization is shortened. I might find the
Okay.
same answers after 2 years, 3 years. Sometimes people get divorced and then they realize, okay, I could have done that, or I could have done that, or that place I was wrong. But those things can be avoided if they take help. But again, leaving it to them. When they feel ready, they should come forward. Till they are not feeling ready, it's okay. It's absolutely okay.
Nice, nice. So what is your vision for Coach Suchetaa?
So I would say that the kind of family I grew up with, and when we were kids, so like I'm talking about 40 years back, when we were kids, we have not seen divorces at all. We have not heard the word extramarital affair at all. We have only seen Papa, Mummy, two kids, Papa, Mummy, two kids, Papa, Mummy, three kids, Papa, Mummy, one kid. So we just saw families and families, then grandparents living together. So we have just seen kids having a lot of, connection with parents. And as we started growing, we saw couples are living together, but after a point, you will see men are sitting and most of the time cracking wife jokes and demeaning their own relationship and probably hiding behind those jokes to really deal with what is bothering them. And you will see women cribbing to their mom, sister, friends for years together about husband and in-laws. Again, hiding behind those cribbing and really not taking action to resolve what is bothering. And after a decade, you will see that couples say that this is how it is supposed to be. No, what do you expect after so many years? But I want to tell them that the real joy of life is in relationship. And if your partner is not somebody you can talk anything under the sun without fearing being judged, then you are missing out on life. So our mission is to create fulfilling relationships for couples over the years, like putting life back into long-term relationships, making people redefine marriages, people looking, transforming the way people look at long-term relationships and marriages.
Nice, nice. It's a really good thought to go with, and I hope no lawyers are coming up to you because definitely you're taking their business of
So
divorce. But
there I want to tell you, Kanchan, that we would say that people around the world are really amazing people, because a lot of divorce lawyers have come up to us and said that they want to have a tie-up with us, because before they file for divorce, they want couples to go through actual counseling, because the mediation so-called, which is there and sometimes in the divorce process, many of the times that mediation is just a formality. So I would say that we are also privileged to see all over the world, people are really, their conscious is growing, and they are really looking at how to make a real difference to people rather than just making money. So it's not like lawyers are bad. There are a lot of lawyers who are supporting. No, definitely. See, it's just that when people think of something like this, the first thing they reach out to is a divorce lawyer. And the divorce lawyer, instead of on the first step filing for the divorce, if they can, make them think a bit and put them through somebody who can actually put the thought, at least make them think one more time before taking the final call, the world will start changing. And I'm seeing that happening already. So I will
but
again say,
I even talk about, when we are talking about lawyers and thing, I have seen so many good lawyers which already, try too much, like in terms of pre-marriage counseling, and even they would not take a case at a very first instance. They would
yeah,
still try that, you go, you talk to the coach, you talk to the counselor, and then come to us. Then we'll start figuring out. That is why court also gives, certain sort of period for people,
exactly,
that it is not happening in terms of the heat of the moment, and it is just happening because maybe they're not able to live together. Okay.
exactly.
But I have seen so many people not even opting for it. They
So
have such
again,
a stringent thought process that no, I will not go. I don't want to live with this man. I don't want to live with this lady, and I'm done. So even they would say that, okay, if you don't do this, I will go to some another lawyer.
so
So
again, Kanchan, it's just that we have to stop judging people. people are right and wherever they are, everybody has their own thought process, and we have no clue what they are going through.
Right.
They might be going through something in their marriage that they have reached that dead end, that they don't want to consider anything and they just want a divorce. So our job is not to judge them. We are here to serve. If you come up and you want to give it a try, we are here to give our 100%. And if you believe you have reached that dead end where you need to cross the line, then yes, we are here to help you get a peaceful divorce as well. And especially in
Okay.
case of divorce, when there is co-parenting and child involved, most of the divorced couples are really taking out their anger through the kid. And ultimately, they are ending up hurting the kid, because for both the parents, if you individually speak to them, for both of them, the kid is very, very important. Despite of that, what they are going through, that hurt and that anger and that frustration ultimately comes through the kid. So we are here to even facilitate that how you can co-parent the kid peacefully through the divorce. And it's like, how can I judge anybody? How can you judge anybody? So if people are at that dead end, there must be a reason. So let us help people in whatever capacity we can.
Right, right. So that's it from my end, Sucheta. And I think we will be having this sort of conversations more often within the week. And we'll keep on sharing your views. We'll keep on talking about a lot about relationships and how we can fix it, about emotional sensitivity, about emotional dependence. And I think people need you as of now to clear up their thought. And yeah, that's it from my end. Is there anything else you would like to address, Sujita?
No, thank you so much, Kanchan. And I want to tell everybody that Kanchan herself is an amazing coach, and we are working together on this whole mission. And her thought process, her journey is something which I would like to share someday, because it's just very inspiring journey. So I'm sure we are in partner with this, and we will continue doing this. Thank you, Kanchan.
Definitely, Sujita. Thank you so much.
Thank you.